Birmingham Southern is doing anymore a movie, because I'm not sure a writer in Hollywood could come up with this script. Down 7-4 here in this elimination game in the 8th inning. This team does what it's done all season. Fight, 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 putting up 3 in the bottom half of the 8th, then a walk-off home run from Jackson Webster to win this game. Birmingham Southern still alive. Here is the hero of the night.
He just threw one that I was able to get a hang of, and he threw a curveball, hung up just a little too much, and I was able to put a good barrel on it. Baseball miracles, right? And his storybook didn't finish.
The fight of these guys is the story of the night, no doubt. Grant Morgan has not played a lot for us this year, but man, he has come up with some huge pinch hits for us. And we were 3 for 3 in pinch hits tonight, and that kind of typifies our team.
The story continues for the Birmingham Southern Panthers. They got everybody believing in miracles. We'll play again here in this College World Series on Sunday, 2 p.m. For now, reporting in Eastlake, Ohio, Julian Mitchell, WVTM 13.
Well, folks, we've seen rain, cloudy skies, and a decent breeze out there this Saturday.
And we've even seen some sunshine, which is kind of crazy. We want to check in now with meteorologist Stephanie Walker. Stephanie, it's always great to have you here on the weekends with us. This is our last show. She's not going to be here tomorrow. It kind of makes me
I want to
sad.
say good morning so bad, just because I'm not used to saying good evening. So I'll just say both. We've got a few showers that we're still tracking on WVTM 13 Live Doppler. There is a look from our Regions Field Sky Cam where the Birmingham Barons, well, they've left the field. They came up just a little bit short, but it's currently dry there. We're right at 70 at this hour, and we've got some clouds around. But we've started to see a little uptake in coverage of showers tonight. Here's a look at WVTM 13 Live Doppler. Not a lot of thunder and lightning, but there are some decent downpours. We've got a pretty good downpour there over close to Aliceville, just to the west of Aliceville, heading your direction. And so there'll be a few downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder overnight tonight. Big picture shows an increase in cloud cover to our west, and some of these will likely blow over tonight as well. By daybreak tomorrow morning, there could be a little bit of fog around simply because of the rain that we had all day today, and a few showers are possible at daybreak as well. At 8 o'clock, temperatures close to 70. 9 o'clock, again, I don't think there'll be widespread rain around, but a few showers possible through the morning. Back to you.
Steph, thanks. Well, Alabama is now officially a hands-free state. A new law going into effect tonight makes punishment more serious for those found using their electronic devices while driving.
Yeah, while state troopers won't start enforcing it until the 15th, they're hoping people will use this time to break the habit. The law requires drivers to use or only use one button or swipe of the finger to answer phone calls. It's now considered a violation of the law to be holding a device when doing things that may indicate impaired driving, like swerving or crossing in and out of traffic while without using a turn signal. As a result, drivers can be issued fines up to $150 depending on how many times they've been convicted of violating the law in a 2-year period. Now, they'll also be issued up to 3 points on their license.
Anything that you're holding is distracting you from what you're supposed to be doing when you're behind the wheel of a vehicle, and that's focusing your attention on the road and actually operating that motor vehicle.
Sergeant Jeremy Burkett with the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says distracted driving can oftentimes be deadly in the state. He's hoping this law will prevent dangerous behavior on Alabama roads.
And this isn't the only law taking effect in Alabama today. Last month, Governor Ivey signed into law House Bill 182, created to strengthen homeowners' rights against squatters. The new law creates penalties for those who create fake real estate documents, and it also establishes a process to have people removed from places they're staying at without proper authorization. When she signed it, Ivey said property rights are paramount for Alabama homeowners, adding, quote, "The best dwelling for an illegal squatter is a jail cell, and we in state government should never rest easy until all Alabama homeowners' rights are fully protected."
Officials with Talladega College in hot water this weekend as many of their employees ended the month without a paycheck. The college says there were some issues with getting paychecks distributed on time, causing many people to wake up yesterday morning without their direct deposits. While efforts were made to correct the problem, only 40% of their employees were paid yesterday, with the remaining employees in limbo. In a statement by the college president, Dr. Gregory Vincent, he says the situation is temporary, not long-term, and does not reflect the institution's normal operating status, adding, quote, "Our faculty and staff dedication and hard work serves as the foundation of Talladega College, and we deeply regret any hardships this situation may cause." In other news, one person is dead, another in critical condition following two separate shootings in Birmingham overnight.
Well, the first is an update to some breaking news we first brought you last night in Inslee. Officers say they found a man shot last night just before 10 inside a car on Avenue D. Investigators believe the victim and people in another car may have been shooting at each other. The man is currently at UAB Hospital with life-threatening injuries. And just a few hours after that, a man was shot to death in the North Avondale neighborhood. Police say they found Brandon Wilson shot at the intersection of 41st Street and 5th Court North. He was rushed to UAB Hospital where he died. Investigators are still trying to figure out who fired those shots. And as of now, there are no suspects in custody for either of these shootings. Please ask anyone with information to call them or Crime Stoppers at the number you see on your screen right now. That is 205-254-7777. You can remain anonymous and be eligible for a cash reward. Well, on a lighter note, pop culture fans can head to the BJCC this weekend for a look inside the world of comics and cosplay.
Yeah, it's part of this year's Iron City Comic Con. The event kicked off this morning with live panels, celebrity meet and greets, and many more activities for all ages. Organizers are anticipating thousands of people to stop by this weekend, adding they handle several events like this each year, and Iron City Comic Con actually helps serve as a training ground for larger cities.
Something like this is a good sized event for us where we can bring in some new folks as well. It's not overwhelmingly big, so we can get some new people brought in. But it's just a lot of planning, a lot of hard work the week leading up to the event.
Mills goes on to say Comic-Con scenes have evolved a lot since they started decades ago. And if you missed it today, you still have a chance to check it out. Iron City Comic-Con will be opening up again tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets can be purchased online and in person at the convention center.
Also happening tomorrow, a special birthday party for our neighbor on Red Mountain, the Vulcan. The world's largest cast iron statue turns 120 years old tomorrow. There's going to be demonstrations from metal workers, goods from local vendors, live performances, and much, much more at that celebration. The event is completely free and will be going on from noon until 4 p.m.
People should be concerned but calm and measured.
Hurricane season is here. After the break, more on the predictions for the East Coast this summer and what the experts believe could be the biggest threats from these potential storms. Stay with us.
Welcome back in. Today marks the start of what could be a very strong few weather months.
Hurricane season has officially begun off the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. According to NOAA, the East Coast could see anywhere between 8 and 13 hurricanes this summer. Of those, they estimate 4 to 7 could hit major hurricane status, which is anything higher than a Category 3. Officials with the National Hurricane Center say it is best to start preparing now.
Seeing a forecast like this, people should be concerned but calm and measured. And as we've heard here this morning, this is the time to prepare, and against the same preparation you would make every year.
Officials also stressing for people to be aware of the potential dangers hurricanes can bring.
So we want people to focus on those hazards, the watches and warnings that the National Weather Service issues for those hazards, especially the water hazards, the storm surge, which is what drives the evacuations, the flooding, flood watches and warnings that are again going to highlight those areas at risk of flooding from rainfall.
Hurricane season runs now through November 30th.
So we do want to bring in meteorologist Stephanie Walker. Stephanie, we understand that the conditions could make this a little bit somewhat of a different hurricane season.
It looks very, very active. I mean, you heard them talking about the official forecast that they put out just a couple of weeks ago. And this would be the 8th year out of the last 10 that we've had above average hurricane seasons. Look at the forecast again. You can see on the map there. So this is the outlook. And again, today is day 1, June 1st, and it doesn't end until November 30th, and so they are calling for 17 to 25 hurricanes, or named storms I should say, and then hurricanes 8 to 13, 4 to 7. And as we take a peek at the tropics right now, all is quiet from the Gulf. We've got a frontal boundary here you can see out into the middle of the central Atlantic. We've got a wave that's coming off the coast of Africa, and that looks like it kind of gets absorbed as it does and move off to the west. And again, we've got a frontal boundary that's going to keep really any waves or anything from at least approaching the Bahamas and Cuba, at least in the near term. So for now, things look pretty quiet. We do have a few showers, though, that are developing here closer to home. We're at 68 right now in Coleman. And as a matter of fact, a lot of our northern counties didn't get out of the 60s today because of the clouds and the rain much of the day. Everybody else remained in the 70s. So that's relatively cool for this time of the year. But I do think we're going to bounce back on Saturday with overall fewer showers and storms around. That will mean some more dry hours in the day and likely even some sunshine too. But you'll notice on WVTM 13 Live Doppler, we've kind of gotten a little more active again with some showers. There's at least been some thunder and lightning with that cell that's now approaching Aliceville. A good downpour there. We've got some now approaching Berry and then back into Lamar County too. A lot of storms to our south and west that have died down now down through New Orleans and southern Mississippi. We've got this disturbance back here into Louisiana, but I think that scoots south of us. Here's a look at our futurecast kind of going through the overnight period. And so there'll be a few passing downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder. And by daybreak on Sunday, there could even still be a few showers around. But you'll notice as we head through the afternoon, we get some breaks in the clouds. That'll translate into some sunshine and to help boost those temperatures into the 80s for Sunday afternoon, and just a few scattered storms around. So here's a look at our Sunday forecast for the afternoon. As I mentioned, we should get into the low and mid 80s. We'll go with about a 40% chance for some widely scattered storms in the afternoon. And again, temperatures climbing into the 80s, still plenty humid too. Lots of heat coming in next week, though. We will climb into the upper 80s. Monday looks mainly dry before we'll start to see some storms back in the forecast again Tuesday, Wednesday.